What's going on, William Jessup and William Jessup University fans all over the Rockland-Roseville area? My name's Matt George, your voice of the William Jessup Warriors, here to bring you a recap of what was a magical season here at William Jessup University for the men's and women's basketball program. It all began with a brand new arena. Warrior Arena opened in the fall just before the semester started, and that would start a whole revolutionary of sports and new achievements going on here. We'll start with the women's basketball. They've ended the season 15-15 overall at a 500 record. They were 7-3 in conference. Going into conference play, that was right at the beginning of December. They were struggling currently with a 7-10 record, but would boost that up entering conference play. They did take a big hit, though, at the very beginning of December. Rebecca Morris would go down with an injury hurting her left leg, and that would knock her out for the rest of the season. If you don't know anything about Morris, her presence and size on the inside, grabbing offensive and defensive rebounds, was something that really hurt the Warriors going into conference play, particularly against Menlo. But the Warriors would rally back from that injury and go 4-1 at home during conference, 3-2 on the road as a team. They shot 36% from the field, 29% from three-point range, and 69% from the free throw line. They were second in conference scoring, just behind the Menlo Oaks. The SAT girls, those are Sarah Peterson, Ashley Rose, and Taylor Borba, had magnificent seasons. They're the big three for the Lady Warriors. They were all three named to first team all-conference. Peterson's tied the school's rebound record in one single game, pulling down 19 rebounds on February 2nd at Simpson University. Peterson also led the conference in rebounding with 9.7 per game. Ashley Rose broke the scoring record for William Jessup University this season in her junior year, breaking 905 career points, used to be held by Rochelle Russell. Rose averaged 16.5 points per game for the entire season. The Lady Warriors would make it all the way to the championship game at Menlo. They were the only team that really put up consistent fights throughout the season against the Menlo Oaks, and at one point brought the game within 6 with 2 minutes left to play, but unfortunately they would fall by 8. 58-66. All 5 starters for the Lady Warriors are returning next year, so we should definitely look for another late playoff push. For the men's basketball, they ended the season with an 11-17 overall record, which really doesn't do the Warriors justice. They were 8-2 in conference. They started out painfully slow in the preseason, entering conference play at 1-14. They were plagued with injuries like Kirill Sergeyev going down. Multiple position and role players went down with leg injuries and could not get into consistent rhythms. The rust showed, and the Warriors really did struggle. But entering conference play, another different thing. Head coach Muick would step down for family issues, and interim head coach Jeff Bissell would take over, and he would put together a completely different starting lineup, all senior run. That consisted of Marquise Robinson, Keenan Prince, Kevin Stanley, Jordan Wilson, and Ben Chung. He also brought off 4 key players off the bench. Those include Sterling Shells, Kelton Newman, Brenton Muldrow, and Bryce Hallam, 3 of those 4 being freshmen. Though that lineup would lead the Warriors to 8 out of 10 conference wins. And on a 62-61 away win over Menlo on February 14th, the men Warriors would bring home the regular season Cal Pac championship. You could talk about a turnaround season. There's one right for you, struggling 1-14 and then winning the Cal Pac championship. A great job done by the men Warriors and head coach Jeff Bissell, who would take home the Cal Pac Coach of the Year award. Unfortunately, though, going into playoffs, the Warriors would have the advantage. Second round game here at Warrior Arena, they would fall to Menlo in overtime, 72-75. Keenan Prince, a senior, had an MVP caliber season, 14.6 points per game on 43% field goal shooting, 42% from behind the three-point line. Jordan Wilson, Keenan Prince, Sterling Shells, and Marquise Robinson would all be named to all-conference first team. All 5 of the starting lineup are going to be graduating with the seniors, so the team will be very different next year. We'll see who steps up as Aaron Muhick returns as head coach. Coach Bassell still going to be in there just as an assistant role, so we'll see where this team goes. But one thing we do know for sure, the Warriors and William Jessup University have a lot to look forward to.